Hi guys, it's Emily from Novell Novels and welcome to today's video. This is my February TBR. Now, I've set myself a goal of 16 books including my TBR jar, which I'll be doing shortly. This is going to be tough because in some ways I'm going to have more time to read because I'm having my operation this month. Yay! Finally, by the end of the month, hopefully going to be able to walk a bit easier. I'll be in less pain. It's happening on the 6th, I don't know, I'm not going to tell you the exact date just in case it doesn't go through, but yeah, it's definitely happening this month. So, all being well, I'll still be able to read all these books, but be warned and please bear with me, guys. Also, it's a month before my birthday. My birthday's in March, so I'm kind of planning to get as much reading done as I can now, because March TBR will be dedicated to purely to books I want to read and that are going to be close to my heart, because I'm really going to be a bit gentle on myself. But anyway, shall I get on? Let's have a look what the TBR jar gives me first of all. I'm not looking, I'm being really good. On the TBR jars, put me this one. And this is A Court Affair. That's another Tudory kind of book, I think. Court Affair, let me go and have a look. Where is that one on my big... Oh, that's not too chunky. See, I'm organised. Actually, no, it is chunky. So... 16 books, including a book that's 469 pages. TBR jar, you've gone and been a pain this month. It also means that I am going to be reading another Tudor book, second month on the trot. So, it means that, yeah, a lot of Tudor. This is by, the reason I picked this up actually last March for my birthday, on my birthday month, from Charlie Brooke. We picked this up as part of my birthday kind of shop gift that she gave me. £1 from the charity shop, and this was the reason why I picked this up, believe it or not, was because it was called by an author called Emily Purdy. It's called Emily. You know I was going to pick it. The author's Emily. Had to pick it. But this is about, accused of the conspiracy to steal the throne, Princess Elizabeth is confined to the Tower of London by herself by her half-sister Queen Mary. There she finds solace in the arms of her childhood friend Robert Dudley. But when Elizabeth takes the throne, Robert is forced to return to his unhappy marriage. This looks good. I think I might be reading this pretty quickly or around about the top of the op because this looks perfect for me. As much as the TBR jar has been a pain because it's a big chunky book, it's also a book that I really, really like and I can't wait to read this. So, yay! Right, so now let's go and have a look at my buddy reads and I'll tell you them first. So, the first one, I'm going to be reading the infamous 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle by Stuart Churton, whatever, I know I said his name wrong. This is infamous. You guys all know about this. I'm buddy reading it with the lovely Gaia from Gaia Athena and Berna from Berna's Bookish Adventures. Hope I said that right. As a party is thrown by her parents, Evelyn Hardcastle will be killed again. She's murdered hundreds of times and each day Aidan Bishop is too late to save her. The only way to break this cycle is to identify Evelyn's killer. But every time the day begins again, Aidan wakes up in the body of a different guest, and someone desperate to stop him escaping Blackheath. The reason why I picked this up was not just for the name, but look at the sprayed edges. I think no matter what, unless it's really, really bad, I will be keeping it purely because it looks beautiful. But, yet again, it's a 500-page book. The TBR, this is going to be interesting this month. I'm hoping that I can gradually read. I normally read like 50 pages a day and the type's not too big. So it's not too big and it's not too small, so it's going to be interesting. I wonder how this is going to go. But yeah, one I definitely can't wait to read. Now the next one is another one that is very raved about on BookTube. Now the lovely Charles Heathcote has talked about this, my good old friend Charlie. He's met Joanna Cannon. And he raves about this book. I picked it up with, I think, again with Charlie on one of our book calls. She told me about this. So I didn't know, like, goats. I think she picked this partly, maybe she's heard about the name, but there was a joke, you guys can laugh at me, that used to be called Emily the Goat from a book, childhood book. I've told you a secret there. But it's historical fiction kind of, because it's set in 1976. Mrs. Creasy is missing and the avenue is alive with whispers. As the summer shimmers endlessly on, 10-year-olds Grace and Tilly decide to take matters into their own hands. But as doors and mouths begin to open, as the cold set gives up secrets, amateur detectives find more than they could have imagined. I don't know if this is mystery or historical fiction or what it is. I'm going to be buddying reading it with the lovely Tia from Tia and Her Books and Catherine from Jane Catherine Reads. So this looks interesting. It's not too big. Another big book, 450 pages. What on earth do I let myself in for? But it looks good. I know that Charlie from Charles Heathcote's raved about it. The difference in the two Charlies. This is fun. But anyway, so I know he's raved about it. And I think I don't know if Tom's raved about it. I know Simon from Simon Savage Reads has talked about Joanna Cannon's books, and a few people have, so I'm looking forward to finally reading that. Now, the next buddy read is my last one of the month, because I think, seeing as the other two books are very chunky, I had to pick another one. And this one I'm going to be buddy reading with the gorgeous Simone from me, Simone and I, my little sister. Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ning. You guys all know about this one. This is in the placid suburb of Shaker Heights. Everything is meticulously planned, from the colours of the houses to the successful lives its residents go on to leave. No one embodies this more than Lena resident. I don't want to read too much about this. I've heard about it, and again, all over BookTube. Some people have liked it, some people didn't. My sister Charlie was not 100% on it. Some people have loved Celeste Ng's work. I think I picked this up for like 20p in one of my charity shops. But I'd heard about it on BookTube, thought I'd pick it up. It's not this one. Finally, it's not a big one. It's nearly 400 pages. What am I doing? Thank God for buddy reads, because at least it will mean that I can, if I spread these out right, I can cope with them. They'll be buddy read over the course of the month, interlinked. Now, the friend's choice of the month was the gorgeous Charlotte from Books and Bargains. She is one of my newest friends on here, but she is one of my besties. She's going through a lot of health issues of her own at the moment. And we sort of FaceTime on WhatsApp quite a lot, and we chat, and she's seen my shelves loads of times. But I thought, because she's quite a chicky litty kind of, as well as thrillery, I thought she would be good to pick a book on the month of Valentine's Day month. And she picked, shall I show you the book? I'll get in a minute. Another chunky book, thanks Charlotte. The Improbability of Love. She picked it because it's a red front cover. Now, I don't know too much about this. This was given to me by the lovely Julie from The Hungry Bookworm. And it's Russian Obligates. I think it's historical fiction by the way it looks on the back. And it's sort of wicked debates. When lovelorn Annie McD stumbles across a dirty painting in a junk shop while looking for a present of an unsuitable man, she has no idea what she's discovered. Soon she finds herself drawn unwillingly to the sumptuous London art world, populated by Russian obligates, sheiks and everything else. I don't know if this is historical fiction or Chiclet. Well, it's another chunky book, about 400 pages, just under 400 pages. It looks beautiful. Like, I love the art. I love the red cover on it. It does look gorgeous. So, I'm intrigued. I really am. Did I see? I think it's look from the light of it. It looks like it's historical fiction. Yeesh, it could be good. I hope it's going to be good. Wish me luck. Now I'm going to go on to my random books that I picked off my shelf. There's quite a few shorter ones on here. So I think, I'll first of all show you the two that are in my readathons. So the next one in the Anne of Green Gables readathon, but that's run by Tia from Tia and her Books. I know she runs it with someone else, but I cannot for the life of me remember her name. This is Anne of Avonlea, which is the second in the Anne of Green Gables series. I picked up like 5 books in this series for like a pound or something. So this was only like 20p. This is the second. As we're speaking, I'm nearly finished the first one. I like the fact that this is only about 320 pages, so it's not too long. I've been told by my darling sister that I have to read this first because she wants to borrow it from me. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I love Anne of Green Gables, and you'll see it when I say my wrap-up that I'm really loving that book. So I've never read the second. I think I've read the first as a younger one, so I'm desperate to read this, and I've got to pick up a few more in the series, but so excited. That'll be the first book that will be read in the month. I read kind of like those sort of books at bedtime because they're sort of short and cosy kind of bed reads. The next one in the readathon, which is the last one I currently own in the Louisa May Alcott series, is Jo's Boys. And this is set, I believe, like 10 years after the first one. I believe. Yeah, 10 years later. So it's all the characters in that. I loved Anne of Green. I loved Little Men. I didn't realise how much I could love it. And I am going to look for the rest of the books for this Louisa May Alcott series. But you never know. I know 8 Cousins is the next one. So it's on my Amazon wish list. I kind of desperately want it because I would like to continue with that readathon. Now, I'm going to show you the next one. I'm not doing this in order that I planned. Typical me. I've got all my notes just for the readathons, but everything else, you know me, I just wing it. This next one is author Charles Heathcote, our Charlie, our gorgeous Charlie. You have to love this man. He's amazing. It's the second book in the Eldora series. I love it because it's, again, 240 pages, 250 pages. But I love the first one. This is the second in the series, and it features Doris Copeland. Join her once more as she battles Pandro O'Malley, so she's battling someone else now, for a position of chairwoman of the Women's Institute. Her campaign brings her up against Flew, With the Elves and Bake Sale. Told by the lovely, long-suffering Harold. This, I think, is going to be my first book that I will read alongside my buddy reads and alongside my children's books, because I can't study wait. I love this book, and I can't believe that Charlie sent this to me. He's such a sweetheart. And like I said, I've raved about it in my last video. I'm going to rave about it in all my videos. Get his next book, An Heir to Murder, that he's selling. Buy it, because he's brilliant, and I love him. Now, the next one, I said to you guys I wanted to read a graphic novel. I said how desperate I was to read a graphic novel. It was on my goals. So, Charlie, my sister, has lent me this, Persepolis, A Story of Childhood. I have heard about this through everyone. It's a graphic novel, so I believe it's going to be quite short. It really sort of tells the life of that. I've heard about it from everyone. Originally published, Persepolis paints a portrait of daily life in Iran. Now, I love the Khalid Hosseini books. I need to get on to my last one of the Khalid Hosseini books. Hint, hint, Charlie, sister. We need to read it. And this sort of about set in Iran. It's Margot's child's eye perspective of dethroned emperors, state section whippings, and heroes of the revolution. I have heard so much about this that, again, it's probably going to be read very quickly and read very soon, because I've got to give it back to my sister. But it looks really good. It will be really good, and I can't wait. Now, the next one, you guys know that I said I wanted to finish series, but I've started a few more series. As you will see, that I've obviously started the Agatha series. I'm now going to be starting, this is a non-fiction series that's set in, this was the first one's the 1940s. I've got the 1950s and the 1960s. You guys know I love books set in the wartime. Do you remember? And this is set in the 1940s. I think the reason why I wanted to read this one as well is because it really puts things into perspective. Life at the time of the Second World War was really hard-hitting, and I always see it from the adult's perspective. To see it from the child's perspective will be really interesting. It's short. It's 200 pages. It's not going to take any time to read, and I think it's going to put things in perspective this month when I'm going through my own battles, because, you know, my battles are nothing in comparison to what they went through. Now, the next one is, I think I've read this in the wrong order. I'm going to get corrected, hopefully, by Kate. But The Chronicles of Narnia, The Horse and the Boy. Now, from what I think I heard from one of my lovely friends on here, that, I'm trying to think, who told me, one of you guys told me that this was the next one to read, but my sister Charlie said it isn't. This is saying it should have been read number 3rd, and I'm not reading it till number 6. So this is like the desperate journey. 2 runaways meet and join forces. Although they're only looking to escape their half-lives, they find themselves at the centre of a terrible battle, in a battle that will decide its fate and Narnia itself. So I don't think any of the characters that we've already heard about are in this. I don't honestly think they are, but it's interesting. I think this is one of the only ones I've not read. Again, it's only 200 and something pages, so I should fly through it. This is the last one I'm going to read before I read The Last Battle, which I'll be reading in March, which I can't wait, because I can't wait to finish this series. But I'm intrigued. I think my sister Charlie said this is better than the one I've just read, The Silver Chair, which I didn't really like. So it'd be interesting. God, we're already on 15 minutes. Now, the next one is a book that my sister's lent me again. I'm trying to get through the books that she's lent me. The Boy at the Back of the Class by Ojana Ralph. This is a YA/middle grade book. There used to be an empty, and I know that people have spoken about this. I think Charlie from Charles Heathcote's also spoken about this. I can't remember who else. Guys, let me know if you have. There used to be an empty seat at the back of my class, but now a new boy called Ahmed is sitting in it. He's 9 years old, just like me, but he's very strange. He never talks, never smiles, and doesn't even like lemon sherbets, which are my favourites. But I have learnt the truth. Ahmed isn't strange at all. He's a refugee. He's run away from war. A real one, with bombs and bullies that hurt people. The more I find out about him, the more I want to help. This looks good. I think, again, I'll probably be trying to read it at bed sort of time, but I'm not sure because it is quite hard-hitting. It's about 300 pages, so it's not too long, but it's one that I'm really looking forward to reading. The next one, you guys are going to laugh. You guys know that I set my goal for classics at, I think I said it like 12, so I wanted to read at least one classic, as well as like a childhood classic a month. And because it's Valentine's Day, and because I'm desperate to get this off my blooming shelves, I picked Ladies Chatterley's Lover by D.H. Lawrence. This is a rude one. This is a naughty one. I really am not sure how I'm going to do with this, because I've heard lots of mixed reviews on it. It's quite a long-standing affair. We know that it's like a love and romance and naughty, and I'm really careful how I speak about this because it could be anything. It's historical fiction. It's a classic, just not too long, only about 300 odd pages. It's going to be interesting, yeah. So I don't know how I'm going to do with that. Wish me luck. Bit of a random classic to pick. Now, another few books that I wanted to pick off my shelves. I'm nearly done now, guys. What am I doing to myself? Another one. It's another historical fiction book. Workhouse Orphans. I can't remember. I think I might pick this up, or my mother-in-law. I've got this for me. Life has always been tough for May and Gus Lavender. Their father went away to sea and never returned. Now the mother has fallen victim to typhus that's sweeping through Liverpool. Regarded as orphans by their authorities, the siblings are sent to work the workhouse. And life in the workhouse is tough. So this is the uplifting story of struggles with two children left with nowhere else to go on to. And so it's only like a short, it's not too long, it's sort of like about just under 400 pages, but it's quite a small like writing guide, so it's quite a small book. So again, it shouldn't take too long. I can't honestly remember when it's set in, but workhouse, it's sort of, the workhouse sort of side strikes true to me. I don't know how I'm going to do with it. I think it's going to be one that might kill me, so I might read this either before or well after the operation so it doesn't depress me. Now, one that I am definitely putting around, I will be taking this to the hospital with me because I'm hopefully going to be staying overnight. I know people think I'm mad saying hopefully, but with my two children, you guys know that I'm going to need a little rest. I'm going to need someone to look after me. So anyone that wants to send love to me when I'm away, when I'm there, let me know. But this one, I wanted to pick up a good chiclet. Walking Back to Happiness. It's a chiclet. It's cosy. It's by Lucy Dillon. Do I need to say more? I'm hoping that it's going to be one that's going to lift me up at a time when I'm going to be tired and I'm going to need some cosy reading. So yeah. Guys, by the way, out of all of these books, I'm going to give you a choice in a minute. Now, the next one is a thriller. I set myself a goal of 6 thrillers this year, and I wanted to start off with the Steve Kavanagh book. I think this is the second in the series, but I haven't got the first, and I want to read 13, but I want to read 13 after this. This looks really scary. Again, I don't know how I'm going to do with this. Everyone's raved about Steve Kavanagh. I think I've got 2 or 3 of his books because of you guys. Nicole and Simone, you've got a lot to answer for, as well as Victoria. So this is Leonard Howard's worst nightmare comes true. His daughter Caroline has been kidnapped. He can't rely on the cops, so Howard calls the only man he can trust to get her back. I don't want to know too much about this, but I do want to read it. Again, I don't know when this month. I'm going to give it a shot. It's not a long one. I think, again, it's like only just over 300 pages, so it's not too long. So, yeah, it's interesting. Now, guys, what I want you to do is I want you to let me know down below. I may put up a voting about what books to take to the hospital, and I'm going to give you a choice of a few, because I would like to, or if not, just comment below. Let me know what books you think are going to be good to take to a hospital trip overnight, so that it's kind of not too heavy, that I'm going to be able to cope with it, because you know me, I take my books everywhere, and I will be overnight and I'll be a bit drowsy, possibly tearful. So let me know in the comments below which out of those books I should take. If you like this video anyway, guys, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel and not subscribed yet, bring on my ding-a-ling! And thank you all for being so lovely. I really couldn't do any of this without your support, so thank you. Love you all. Bye-bye.